Hey, well, thank.
Hey,
Hey, welcome, Virilian. And
thank you.
how I hear it's much warmer where you are than where I am. Like I'm cold. I am cold, dude. Thank you, Krabby, for the hot from the dryer, warm hoodie and blanket. That was so generous of you. Just the thought of that made me smile and feel a little warmer. And welcome everyone in the chat. Welcome, Virilian. And it's been a long time since I've done AmItheAsshole. Almost a month. I think we were counting back. The last one was with Commentary Kelly in December. Like, I hope I can be an asshole. I feel like an asshole today. How about you?
I'm feeling very arsehole-ish today.
Are you feeling very asshole-ish today? Okay.
Maybe not number 8, but we might see.
Well, you know what? I have to admit, it's going to be pretty hard to beat number 8 because he is... I am a bit biased. He is my favorite asshole. He's like the original, always the asshole. He's got good humor, and he just keeps going out of his way to earn that title, like all the time. Like all the time. He wants it.
He's consistent. He is very consistent.
He is very consistent in wanting to be like the best asshole he could possibly be. But I actually remembered a little bit about how to do this. Like I actually remembered I have to create a freaking presentation, which I'm setting up right now. Sorry, you can see the screen, people, but I had to switch from the video. No other way to do that. And to remind everybody about how to vote. Well, first, I think we'll read and then we'll vote. You ready? I think I was a bit of an asshole today, so I did pick some things. We're going to have some good conversations, people, because you know me, I've missed you all. I was sick for a while, and I haven't really had as many conversations as I'm used to having on a daily basis. So you're all going to suffer with me for it. I'm going to talk your ear off, and hopefully Virilian's going to help me. Wait a minute, Krabby, what's this? You try harder. You're so good to me. Chris would never warm a blanket for me. Nope. Not once has he ever offered me a warm hoodie or a drier warmed blanket for a cold bear. Not ever, and thank you, John. I always strive to be my best. So if I'm going to be an asshole, I'm going to be the best asshole I can be today at all. Even if I pronounce it 7 different ways while I say it, because it depends on if I'm channeling my nan or not. Oh, the strip club. The strip club option is there, Krabby. It's number 5. It says Bear Fun for Boys and Boobies. That's what it is. That's actually AKA the strip club fun. So, and you can read that. It's so tiny. You're good, girl. You got that screen up really big because I could barely read that. I could barely read that shit. Well, there. So anyway, as we go on. Hey, Virilian, are you ready? Because I think I'm just gonna have at you now with this stuff. You ready?
Let's do this. Let's get into it.
All right. So it's a little longer, so you guys, the first one is like 4 pages long. I digress, but it's about yams, and I'm sorry. To me, it was, you'll see. It's a thing. Anyway, hope you get it. Would I be the asshole if I just threw away the yams? My partner and I moved in together 7 months ago, and she likes yams, in theory. In practice, she buys them in bags of 10 or 20, and they rot. I have time to make 1 or 2 into something edible before this inevitable waste happens. But neither of us makes enough yam-based food to consume more than a small fraction of what she orders. She buys the household food in return for paying a smaller portion of the rent. I hate wasting her money and wasting our food. But more than that, I hate wasting time cleaning up the resulting mess. Yam rot on the carpet, yam rot on the cabinets. If you've ever had to deal with it, you know how gross and time-consuming it is to clean it all up. After the 2nd or 3rd time, spending hours airing out a closet with a rot-stained carpet, I told her that I never wanted her to buy a whole bag of yams again. She rarely used more than 1 or 2, so that's what she should buy, maybe 3 or 4 max. She seemed to agree. But then, literally 4 days later, we got a bag of yams in our grocery delivery. I told her that while it might be a small thing, buying them right after she'd agreed not to show me that I couldn't trust her to keep her word. She responded that I was being overly dramatic to bring up trust and that she would actually make the yams this time. The bag was never opened, and today I saw the familiar yam rot stains on the Lazy Susan. This time it only took a few minutes to clean up. But at this point, I want to cut out the middleman and throw away any yam bag that comes into our place. That way, I don't have to clean the rot. And maybe she finally gets the message, which would prevent further waste, future messes, and future arguments. Would I be the asshole if I just threw away the yams? I would like to leave it there, except for they went on for 2 more pages, which is the funny part. This is where it gets me. Okay, update to clarify, because he's not done yet, people. Okay, update to clarify. She puts the yams a variety of places: on the ground in a dark, dry, cool closet with a carpeted bottom. On the ground in a dark. Wait, that's twice. Oh, on the ground in a dark, dry, cool closet with a linoleum bottom, in a painted kitchen cupboard, and finally on a Lazy Susan on top of the microwave, which was better for catching rot rather than preventing it. My goal, since preventing seems like a lost cause, for the person who asked why we don't use a cupboard, the cupboard cleanup was actually worse than the carpet. Regarding whether they should last days or months. Because apparently people went in on him like, why the hell he cares about the yams and how long they last. And he's having an issue here. Well, the last 2 yam bags rotted under winter conditions. We keep the place at temperatures that coincidentally are supposed to be ideal for yam storage. Because, like, why the fuck what? But we have no idea how much time elapsed between when they're grown and when they show up at our door. So to address another point, our freezer doesn't have enough space for a full bag of chopped yams, and I'm not eager to make my cooking largely yam-based in the future. Shortly after she woke up this morning, I told her about the yams as gently as possible. In response, she promised to never buy whole bags of yams or regular potatoes again. I said potatoes were okay, but she insisted. Hopefully, that not throwing them away will be the solution. So opinions, please. Was I the asshole? I mean, I'm sorry. Like, first of all, my apologies, people, but I just find this is just funny as fuck. Because, first of all, he's I don't know. I should let you go first, actually.
I don't know where to start with this. We have a yam hoarder.
Yeah. It's all about the yams, apparently. There's a big bag of yams. And, well, have you ever smelled a rotting bag of potatoes or yams? It is quite unpleasant, I can tell you that. But yes. It does not happen overnight. I mean, that's for sure. But,
usually I throw out the potatoes that they are unused before they get rotting. But...
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's really got an issue with this. Like, this is like the way it's funny how he's talking about it. I don't know. It just hit my funny bone. I thought this was rather amusing that it was about the yams. I get it. Like, when potatoes and all start to rot, don't they like sprout eyes first? Like, you could visibly see there's something's going on. But before,
and they change a slight color as well.
Yeah. Before that hot mess of smell and poultry pulsating crap goes on, like, I get it. So my issue is, like, nobody's paying attention. That whole yam thing, that whole thing actually read to me like somebody needs a therapy session. Like, they're just like, I don't think it's about the yams. I really don't. Like, I really don't think it's about the yams, because he's like, well, if you're gonna lie about ordering yams, I have trust issues. And if somebody said that to me, I think I would be like her, and I would have cracked up right in their face. And then he's like all upset because, well, what do you mean you're like upset? Like, that's serious. Like, you ordered yams after you told me you weren't gonna order yams. I would be like, it's fucking yams, dude. Like,
right. But then she also said that she would do more cooking for the yams and never did.
And never even opened up the bag. They just sat there and rotted. Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's like, it's a bigger issue than yams, right? Like,
yams is,
yeah. the yams is AKA like we're not communicating here. Like there's absolutely no real communication going on. Like they don't hear each other at all. And to me as an outsider, it was just funny. It just hit me. It shouldn't be funny because it's kind of tragic that they live together and they're having, not connecting in that way. But as an outsider, it was funny as fuck. I'm sorry.
Right, yeah. I think I'm with John with this one. Why isn't he making her clean up the yam rot if she's
exactly
the one who's
yeah, because there is another, like there was so much in this. I know it's like yams and it's funny, but there's so much in there. They're not communicating. He's actually allowing the behavior. He's teaching her how to treat him by continuing to clean it up, continuing to have an issue with it, then bringing trust in it because he's disappointed like in how she's handling it, but he's allowing it not to be handled, like he's been taking care of it. I can guarantee the first time she had to put her hands in that messy, smelly bag and clean that shit up herself, I think she might have stopped ordering yams. I think so.
I think
so too. Like, but John's right. It's like, so many yams and they're not using it. I know there's so many yams died for this relationship. It is a shame. It is a shame. So many yams like just had to sacrifice themselves because these two couldn't get their shit together. I'm sorry. It's fucking yams. I mean, oh my god.
Is he the arsehole for not actually addressing the proper problem?
I don't know. Are the yams the asshole? I mean, really, is it all the yams' fault? I know, trick question, but no, it's not the yams. I know that it's definitely it's a twofer here because I do think he's allowing the behavior. He's not constructively having her deal with her own issue, so she doesn't get it, and then he's getting mad because she doesn't get the point. Yeah. Oh yeah, and this is a good point. Right, we're going to expect her to clean it up when she wouldn't even cook the yams after she said she'd cook the yams. She buys them all the time. She likes yams and she won't bother to cook them. So like how long would they continue to rot there before she cleaned it up? He would probably have to move out. You're right. Because she doesn't get it. Like she doesn't get it.
Imagine if he stopped cleaning up.
Yeah. Well, that's it. If he didn't clean it up, and I wonder, it would be like there for, like always said, a really long time. Because she didn't even bother when she said she was going to cook. She didn't even bother to cook them. Like, she said, don't worry about it. I'll cook them, and then they rotted again. And I don't really kind of blame him for being, a little pissed off about that. But I think it's the way he's handling it. I don't necessarily think he's an asshole, as he is kind of funny about it, a little misguided, and I felt bad for him because they did go at him. They went at him so hard because, like me, it just might be because it was about yams and some of the wording he used that he just made himself a target. Even if he had an issue, they were like, "Dude, just freeze the yams, or just like cook them, or just like throw them out as soon as they get there, like whatever. Like it's just yams, It's like." They weren't taking him seriously. I kind of felt bad. Well, not too bad because I was laughing my ass off. But
yeah, he definitely could have approached the communication with his partner differently.
Yeah.
And is that an arsehole thing? No, I think that's just bad communication.
Real bad communication. I mean, really, if you can't communicate about yams repeatedly, like there's the issue.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because it keeps happening, and they're still like not. I don't know. Oh my god. Do you like yams? I actually like yams. I don't think I'd waste them.
I don't eat yams here, so.
Oh no, so we would have an issue. There'd be rotten yams all over the place, huh?
Well, only if I have to clean up for you.
I don't think you would. No. I don't think, because if I bought a yam, I would eat it. First of all, if you don't like yams, I wouldn't be buying them for the house because we wouldn't be eating them together, right? So
right.
If I'd get my yams out or elsewhere.
So like he did address that, saying, look, you can buy 2 or 3 yams, just not a whole bag because you don't eat a whole bag's worth.
That's right. These buy they're 10 to 20 in a bag and she can't even make 1 or 2. Like this crazy, it's just crazy. John has a solution. Store the yams in her car. Oh, can you? Oh, that smell. Oh, John. Oh, God. I can't even imagine. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I can't even. I can actually. Oh, because she's not going to throw it out, John. She couldn't cook it. She doesn't open the bag. She's just in a. You know what? And it's so simple. It sounds like it's on a reorder. All she has to do is push the button to take it off the list. I think she just that lazy. She didn't even go into her phone and take it off the grocery list. That's so bad.
Well, here in Australia, you can actually buy individual items anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, you can
remove
in our
the bag
store
off the list and just put, say, 3 yams on it, and they'll package up the 3 yams.
Exactly. It might be cheaper to buy 10 or 20, but I guarantee if you're throwing them out constantly, it's definitely not cheaper. It's definitely not cheaper. Oh, Krabby, not under the seat. Damn it, she'll never find them. You're going to smell it right out of the car. Oh, my God. This is just, oh, my God. Do you think she's messing with him, people? I think she's messing with him about the yams. I do. I think she got to be, because they just sounds like so dumb to just not take it off the shopping list. Yeah.
You think there's an underlying problem there that she's annoyed with him about?
Yeah, I think she's annoyed with his lack of communication skills, and she's having a good time watching him spin out. I really, some people are like that, and I did see humor in what he was saying, and if he expresses himself that way to her, I could see her getting a little annoyed with it and trying to teach him a lesson. I don't know. It just struck me funny, and it really shouldn't, because it's kind of sad. But I guess I'm in that asshole mood. Like it just struck me funny as fuck. They are definitely breaking up over yams, people. I'm telling you that right now. This is a relationship failure, and it's all the yams' fault.
I wonder if he hoards carrots.
If he does,
and it's a carrot yam feud.
It is really. I think maybe it's green beans. You know how people get about green beans. My ex, my ex hated green beans, and I could eat green beans every day. So like I would make green beans, but I would always make another vegetable with it, so that they weren't left out. But it didn't stop me from eating green beans every day. True story. We broke up. They ate green beans to try to prove how much they love me, and I just said, "Oh well, that's a little late. Like last year would have been good. This year, not so much." I hope you enjoyed that green bean. But still, but you don't break. But we didn't break up because of the green beans, for Christ's sake. But these people look like they're gonna actually break up over freaking yams, which is AKA means communication problem. It's like a new way of abbreviating when you have a major communication problem in a relationship. Just say yams. We'll all know what you mean. Oh, you guys are bopping bots like crazy. I'm glad they're just the regular little old, annoying ones. You're right. You're not right, Krabby. Not all green beans are the same. I like mine steamed and then drenched in sriracha or chili sauce. Yeah, I'm like that. But they're good. Or with Parmesan cheese on them and a little bit of like Italian dressing. Or I just eat them raw, or I just eat them steamed. Like I just like green beans, So I don't know, and they don't rot. They do not rot on the counter. They do not. They are in the freezer. They're in the cabinet. I've got all different varieties, fresh, frozen, and none of them go bad. But I don't know. Oh God. So anyway, let me pull up the voting, because let's get rid of this yam lady. Obviously, right, Virilian? They just have communications problems. Wouldn't you say? Yeah, it's definitely.
Question is, who's the arsehole? Or are they all the arsehole?
That's just it. So that's what I'm going to ask you guys. Please vote in the chat, because being the asshole I am today and finding humor in everything, I'm having a hard time who the asshole is here besides me. I'm clearly going to claim that one, because I couldn't help but make fun of these poor people. But clearly If you think the operator, which is the original poster, which would be the gentleman who had to clean up the yams repeatedly, if you think he's the asshole, you'd vote number 1. If you think the other party, which is the yam buyer, which is the person he lives with, his fiance or his girlfriend, whatever, his partner, then you vote number 2. If you think everybody involved, including the yams, are the asshole, vote number 3, because it says everyone involved. And I'm putting the yams in there because I think they're complicit in this hot fucking mess. Seriously. if you think, okay, and always number 4 for yay porn, and it says yay duck porn, but let us not limit our porn anymore, people. It's 2022, and I'm like going to open it up for all porn, all reasonable porn. Okay, number 5 is bear fun for boys and boobies. And for those that need that translated, that's Nikki's way of saying the strip club fun, because Bear's never been to a strip club. Don't die of shock. Never have. I am naive. And there have been people that have volunteered to show me the way, like many ways to many different strip clubs. And we're going to need a fund to do it. All right. Everyone, everywhere in the world is an asshole is number 6. That's usually appropriate. Just like number 8 is always fucking appropriate. Chris is always the arsehole. Number 9, Reb Ruins is an asshole. And yes, he is, because he tries to outdo Chris by dumping drop bears on me everywhere in the Discord. Although he is on a hiatus right now and he's been a bit kind. But now that I've said his name, expect drop bear drops at this moment. But Chris is still outweighing him there. 11 is Bear needs a laser beam because, like Matthew says, who doesn't like a good laser? Who doesn't like a good laser? Number 42, well, Jay earned this one. Jay is a coffee-hating arsehole. Now, I love Jay, but he has secured the wrath of my chat and the murder millions by going against coffee, which is a foolish thing to do. So he's number 42. 69, this is a channel rule. You all know it. Don't put 69 in the chat unless you follow it with a phone number, because that's just teasing people. It's not right. It's just not appropriate. And the bear don't stand for that bullshit. So it don't have to be your phone number, but, just be kind. All right. So I'm going to vote. You're going to vote? You're going to vote?
I'm going to vote.
I'm going to vote. I'm calling. Okay. I'm calling those yams out. I just could vote for all the glorious numbers. I have too many numbers. We've got to really narrow this shit down. More. Where are you at, Virilian? Who? I see.
2, 4, 5, and 8.
So she's the asshole, and you like porn, and you're going to take me to a strip club, and Chris is an asshole. I could get down with that. I actually voted 3 because I'm calling those yams out. They got no business messing in this relationship like that. Repeatedly. No, I just think everybody involved was an asshole because they aren't communicating. I always say this. It gets boring, I know, but it's always about communicating and compromise. And the compromise here would have been, like you said, buy 1 yam. But no, the yams wouldn't let her do that. They had to come in a big bag.
That's why I voted 2, because he tried communicating and she obviously couldn't take that communication. And I stand by 2.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say 3 because the reason I'm tagging him in is because he was allowing this behavior by cleaning up the mess. And I know it's hard to watch a mess sit there, whatever, but if you keep yourself in the cycle of what you're complaining about and allowing it, then kind of your argument takes a little different thing. It's kind of mixed messages, which is the only thing I could blame him for, was a little bit of mixed messages. I understand his frustration. It was funny as fuck reading about that though. But, I get it. If it was me, I think I might have tossed a couple of rotten bags of yams at a certain roommate of mine, or put them in their bed.
Definitely would have been a rotten yam under her pillow.
Exactly. You sleep with the rotten yams. I'm sick of it. I could see getting my message across a little clearer. He was damn well nice about it, and she was taking advantage. She was I will admit, she was a much larger arsehole in this situation than he was. But it was just everybody. It was just funny as fuck. I don't know. Do yams travel in herds? The smelly kind do, apparently. Yes, they do. We should add D, all above, all of the above. You know, you could just say that's what I've been saying, like all the glorious numbers, because like I have a hard time, you know, I'm always going to vote number 8. I actually try to get that trending on Twitter. I'm trying to get back on that. Yeah. Yep, they are always yes, yams are. Do you ever notice that yams, even when they sell them individually, it still says the S on it? Wait, good call there. Always, I never. Yeah, come to think of it, you're right. I never go and say I bought a yam. Even if I only bought one, I always say I bought the yams. I don't know. Welcome, Purple. Welcome. Well, on that, I think we're all, you know, it looks like everybody agrees with you more than me. They all agree it's her. I'm the only one calling all of them in there, including the yams. But that's okay. You know, like I said, it just...
No, you've got a student. Student agrees with you.
Oh, does he? Yes. Okay. Thank you, student. But, you know, that was kind, because I just thought, for me, it was just the humor in it. It was just so funny. It was just funny. I don't know. You ready for another, now that I tortured you?
I'm more than ready.
You're more than ready. My.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay. He's ready. We're going to go. All right. You guys ready? Oh, for my Naughty Bears reads. Well, I hope they enjoy it, because I am quite the naughty bear with those reads. Like, those things, they're actually hard to do, Purple, without cracking up. Like, I really try. Like, I want to laugh so hard. But thank you for dropping my link over there. I appreciate it. I hope they find some humor in it, actually. So, all right. So, here we go. Am I the asshole for leaving my neighbor's crazy notes where he posted them, but adding his name and phone number to the end so everyone knew who was writing them? I have a... Try not to judge. Try not to judge from the title, people. Okay. I have a car in a street with the public parking. Someone kept writing me and other residents notes about me taking their, in air quotes, space, even though my city's resident street parking permits means you can park in any spot in about a 2-mile area around your home. I saw who was writing them and realized it was another guy in my apartment complex. I was also able to find out his phone number because my roommate used to be friends with his ex-girlfriend, so she has his number. Anyway, instead of removing the petty notes, I added John Smith, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to the end of each note, and then put them back on my car windshield, but inside the glass, all 7 of them. It was, oh God, plus an 8 note saying, I've gotten the memo 7 times. Unfortunately, you will need to apply for a special parking permit, such as a moving permit, construction permit, or disability permit, if you need to reserve a specific street space. Otherwise, your residential parking permit will permit you to park in any space within 2 miles of your home address. It was kind of just mean. It was kind of just meant to be a petty joke, because he was acting kind of crazy, leaving 7 different notes on my car and other cars about how people couldn't park on the public street. So I thought it would be a little funny to make him realize how crazy he was being, and also make him realize he wasn't as anonymous as he thought he was about it. I also put a dash cam in my car in case he fucked with it. Well, that's good thinking. Anyway, what happened next got him pretty mad. I guess a lot of people on my street were wondering who kept leaving notes on their cars. So once I signed his name and contact info to his notes, he got some calls and complaints from the neighbors and property manager. And he left another angry note on my car saying that I had blackmailed him, which I don't think he knows what the word means. Anyway, he asked the property manager whose car mine was, and the guy wouldn't say. So am I the asshole for leaving the crazy guy's notes out, but with an added phone number? Like, I told you, I'm just being wiki today. I know. I just can't. Sorry, Virilian. It just, everyone I saw, it was just so fun. All right. These. I can actually see both sides of these. I can, like I'm of 2 minds. I'm absolutely of 2 minds. But
I mean, this whole car thing reminds me of the internet.
A little bit.
Like people running around leaving little notes on other people's cars, telling them they shouldn't be doing stuff, and then when they're found out, crying, "Oh, I'm so
I'm so upset," and
you're blackmailing me.
You're blackmailing me. Like, just because I called you out and I said all that shit, nobody was supposed to know it was me, bitch. Like, shh, quiet. Like, nobody was supposed to know it was me. Because that seems to be what he's upset about, not about the whole issue. Oh,
right. He wants to hide behind his anonymity.
Then don't leave 7 notes. I mean, come on. One would have, don't like 7. I mean, come on. That's harassment. Like, come on. That's being, you know. You know what? I don't think anybody's right, but it is funny as fuck. Like, I could see myself doing that, actually.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I mean...
because, like, you know, it's like, don't be, like, doing this shit to everybody and then expect nobody to say anything or laugh about it, like I'm gonna. But, and the second hand, I really don't like how he put his phone number out there and his name.
Putting a name and phone number, probably not.
Probably not, because they are going to, like, if she's upset about it, she's actually calling other people to gang up on them. And I really can't support that, as funny as it is, and he probably deserved it, because he is being a bit of a dick, let's be honest. He's being a jerk. It's public parking. Just because you want to park somewhere, like, you don't do this shit. Like, know the rules. Know the rules.
He is doing it in public. He's putting the notes out in public. So I would be setting up a camera, and then when he gets caught doing it with his face,
play the video.
I would print off a little wanted poster and put it on every single power pole.
There you go. I could see myself doing that. Wanted, the asshole that keeps tagging my car with this bullshit.
Have you seen this man?
Have you seen this asshole tag my car with this bullshit? Yeah, that's it. That's a perfect solution. And then you don't have to put his name out there. Let everybody else do it. That could work. Yeah. You know, because I do agree. You guys are all kind of on the same with us. He was being a bit of a dick, and I can understand her wanting retaliation, but she may have taken it a little too far with the name and the phone number. But he, like, who is he to tell everybody where to park? Was he once closer to his door, so he's the only one? Like, he gets special privileges without the permit. You know,
some people feel that their needs are above the others.
Well, then they need to apply for a permit to prove it, you know, because, like, you know, like, you can get special permit parking that way if you really need it. But even the property manager was tired of this guy. He was all for it, actually. It seemed like all the neighbors and all of the property manager for the building, they're all against the person who's leaving the original notes. And they're not really, you know, they're not really saying that the other person is wrong, although I see the wrongness in what she did, they did, actually. I don't know. I can't really remember if it was a he or a she, but they should definitely not have put a phone number, because he's going to get harassed. Like, that's going to cause dogpiling. That's going to cause like some tribalism, like ganging up on the person, and nobody needs that. You know, even if they are wrong, they don't need their phone all tied up and getting hate mail and shit like that. Well, right. I agree. I think I would have made an asshole wanted poster out of their face. You let everybody else deal with it that way. At least it would have embarrassed them to stay the fuck away from my car, which is all I really want, is for them to leave me alone. You know, at least they would have maybe not done it anymore, so they didn't get spotted, you know. But
yeah. And like John says, a long time ago, I lived in an apartment building with a note lever. The property manager figured it out, and there was a stop.
Well, there you go. How did he put it to a stop, though, John? That's what I want to know. Like, how did the property manager address it? That I would like to know. Because I'm trying to figure out the best way to get this guy to stop without, like, putting all his shit out there. You know what I mean? Are you sure it wasn't you, Digital? Are you sure, Dav? I don't know. It's like... Don't...
Yeah, maybe the property manager confiscated his notes so he couldn't make any more. I don't know.
Yeah, assigned parking and put the note plate. Yeah, but it's public parking. It's a public street they're talking about. Otherwise, otherwise, I think they would have done that. Like in a building, usually if you have parking behind it or the side lot, they'll number it to your unit. You know, at least here in the States they do. And then, you know, it would, you know, be something, you know, that they could do about it, you know. They just told the guy to knock it off and he did. They just said, hey, asshole, stop. Well, I wish that worked a lot. That would be great if you could just say, hey, asshole, stop. Wouldn't it be great on the internet, Virilian? If we could just say, like, hey, asshole, stop. Because I don't know. I've been saying sit down and shut the fuck up for days now and nobody's doing it. Nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to me.
We don't know whether or not that form of action would have worked with this guy, but probably it would have. And I think that the OP is definitely going past the boundaries.
Yeah. She definitely is an example in like two wrongs don't make a right. Like you made her have an issue, you made her have a point, and then you handled it so badly that I can't even support you on it. You know what I mean? Like I can't even say like it's fun and like, you know, like you said, do it the other way with a little more anonymity could have addressed it, or actually just going to the property manager and letting them talk to the guy and saying just knock it off, you know, or we're going to put you up on harassment because everybody in the building, you're harassing them. Like you're harassing them with these notes on their car, you know. Yeah, oh, I see. John says it wasn't like just a, hey, knock it off, stop it, asshole. It was more like, stop it, asshole, or you're going to get kicked out of the apartment complex. I wish I could say that. I wish I could say, stop it, or I'm kicking you off the internet, but you can't, you know, because everybody has a right to the internet. Everybody has a right to be an asshole, I guess, too. So, I don't know. It's just annoying the fuck out of me. I can't help it. I can't. I have a right to be annoyed. Then just keep it to myself.
It's annoying. If that was your car and it was getting notes put on it, I would be annoyed too.
I would be too. Especially, you know what would annoy me? Because I have an issue with it, the entitlement to think he owns the goddamn street and he's going to be telling me where to park. Like, I think I'd have issue with that. Like, excuse me, who are you? Who are you? Like, are you the parking police? Like, what, dude? Like, like you have a right to that spot more than me because why? Like, explain. Like, you know, explain like in English too, not that mansplaining bullshit. Like, you tell me. I don't know. All right, wait a minute. What is this? This is how true serial stories start. Oh, really? Oh, there's going to be no. It's parking. There'll be no blood. There should be no blood. It was just a phone number. There'll be no blood. No,
it starts with a note and then it escalates from there.
It does always start with a note, doesn't it? Okay, so all right, let's vote, people. Let's vote, and when we can move on, let's put this asshole to bed. All right. So if you think the operator, who is the one who actually put the man's name and phone number on all the notes that he wrote on everybody's cars for everybody to know who he is, that would be the original poster. If you think they're the asshole, that's number one. If you think the guy who put the notes on all the cars, entitlement, parking, and all that bullshit, that's number two. If you think they're both assholes, number three. And then, of course, 4, 5, 6, always number 8, 9, 11, 42. Got to throw J in there because coffee rules. Coffee is life. The 69, don't forget your phone number. Okay. I make that very quick. I'm making it very quick now because I could lose my voice trying to talk about that every day. Oh, I vote 3-2. I think so. Davros, Dav, you're not voting. You're just going to leave us a note. Make it a good one. You know. And 8 and 42. There you go. All right. I know, John. I'm tempted to say I'd do the same thing, but I think I would do it Virilian style and just take it back a note, like almost get there to the toxic. Just put their face, like a picture of their blurred face and their coat and everything, so people can kind of figure it out, but just enough to terrorize the motherfucker into stopping because I know who he is and I might tell people. Like I would do it like that, you know.
Yeah, like, and it also lets other people know who he is without knowing where he is.
Yeah. Oh, I like the way Belinda said it. Mainly 3, but with a heavy #1 slant, plus an 8.
Yes.
I like that heavy #1 slant and a plus an 8. Very well said, Belinda. Belinda's always coming out with the best leg there. All right. And I'm sorry I didn't get to say hi individually to all of you, but I got distracted with having to actually do a presentation and stuff, and ran out of posting time in the chat. But I see you all, and I'm really happy that you're here. Are you ready to do another?
I am ready.
Are you ready?
I am ready. Hopefully we can not get everyone to be an arsehole this time.
You know what? But you know what? It is the real world, Virilian, and I am learning that people are just shitty. And 9 out of 10 times, everyone's a fucking asshole, including myself today. Like, I own it. Like, I just can't. I just can't with these people. I really can't. Well, all right. Let me just see. All right, we're gonna pull up another one. Go. Yeah. Let's see what I picked for number 3. Oh, this is a relationship one. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope you don't mind weighing in on other people's relationships. This one was actually pretty weird to me. Like, there was issues here. I will see if you all see them. Okay, people. Am I the asshole for not telling my fiance where I go on Sundays? So, super weird situation and need a judgment. I'm a 32-year-old male, and I've been engaged to Amanda, a 34-year-old female, for about a year. We dated for 3 prior. She has a 12-year-old daughter named Alexis. Me and Alexis have a good relationship. Me, Amanda, and her ex all have a good relationship for the most part. I'm totally comfortable with my role. So Amanda, her ex, and Alexis have this weird thing they do. They all get together on Sundays and hang out, the 3 of them. I guess it started as a family tradition, and then once they divorced, they just kept it going. They make breakfast, watch movies, and just hang around all day together. I find it really weird, to be honest. Like, I'm not insecure about it, but why would you want to spend a day or a week with your ex is, like, beyond me. I said how weird I found this, but when we started dating, but Amanda said that Alexis looks forward to it weekly, so she never stopped. So at first, I would just hang in our room or the basement all Sunday. But I got tired of being trapped in my own house, so I started leaving the whole day. Amanda would never ask where I was going or anything. Wouldn't even notice I was gone. So at first, I was golfing or getting errands done, or would find a bar. But then I reconnected with my old friend Bella. Bella and I dated 5 years ago and have remained good friends since. She just broke up with her husband and moved into a new apartment. I told her one Sunday that I was just planning on going to the movies, and she instead invited me over. We, smoked weed, watched movies, cooked, and just hung out. It was nice, and ever since, it's become my weekly tradition. Whenever Sunday would come, I'd head over to Bella's, and we'd just hang out all day. I didn't see the need to bring up to Amanda where I was going. She never asked or even wondered where I was ever on Sunday. So yesterday, Bella stopped by my house to drop off my phone charger because I left it at her place on Sunday. Amanda asked why Bella had my phone charger, and I told her that is where I am on Sundays. She asked why I was there, and I told her that was where I go every Sunday. It's my hangout spot. And she flipped out, saying how rude it was to not let her know I was hanging out with an ex. I laughed and said, "Do you really not see the irony with that statement?" She said it's different because she was forthcoming about her ex's relationship, and that if I had an issue with it, then I should have said so. I said I did already bring it up, and that she said it was important to her daughter. Was I supposed to interfere with the highlight of her daughter's week in order to make myself feel better? No, I'll just sneak out the back door and head to my friend's house. And that I didn't see why this was even an issue at all. We trust each other, and we are adults. Amanda doesn't want me over there anymore and says she wants me to find another way to spend my Sundays. I said that I don't want your ex over here on Sunday anymore, if that's how we're playing this. Am I the asshole? And there's a little update. Some shit has already hit the fan with the whole situation. Gee, I can't imagine why. I know. I put my foot down and said, I'm not being forced out of my house anymore. that they can do Sunday Fun Day at her ex's place moving forward. I'll post a complete update when I can. I did want to clarify that the reason I don't hang out with them is that I was asked not to at first. Then I always felt awkward about the whole thing. So at first I stayed away because I was asked, and then I felt like a fourth wheel, so I decided to quit trying. Bella has really helped me because she went through something similar with her significant other. Oh, whoa, there's so much. This one, all right. So I'm curious. I don't know much about how you feel about this kind of thing because I don't think it's ever come up in a conversation before that we've had. But this is. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I think he's definitely the arsehole. Oh. In my opinion. He's gone behind her back, decided not to tell her because he knew that it was the wrong thing to do. He knows that the family dynamic from the previous relationship is, the mother, the ex, or the father, biological father, and the daughter spending 1 week together, bonding with the daughter. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. That's family. That's what you do. You act like a damn grown-up, right?
Yeah. It looks like he's been trying to get revenge for that dynamic and using the ex for that, but then
yeah, I feel you. Frustrating.
I can't see any way that the mother is at least at fault with that. She was upfront about it. He knew it. It was for the daughter. That's what you do.
It is. And there was a conversation about it ahead of time. And it's not like he didn't know about it. Do you have more to add? I'll have a list.
Yeah. Well, like Purple says, being that I guess it was his house.
Yes, they live together. They apparently live together. Yeah.
Yeah, but in his own house, or was it a house that him and the partner had together?
Okay, the house that they have that they're living together is the two of them, and the actual hanging out with the ex and the daughter is happening in that house where he lives with her. And at the end, he tells us, he adds additional information and says he was asked not to join them at one point.
Right.
But then he did start to join them at one point, but he was uncomfortable and then he decided not to anymore. But it doesn't seem like that was a big issue. Like when he decided he wanted to join them, it doesn't look like they kept him away.
It doesn't seem like they said, no, you can't, or anything like that. It's just the dynamic made it felt uncomfortable, which is understandable.
And he's entitled to feel that way because he's uncomfortable, but it's not like he didn't understand what was going on beforehand, nor is it like they're hiding anything. This is not they're doing anything behind his back. They're right there in his house where he can see everything. They're not doing anything. You know what I mean? They're being there for the child like adults, Some people are like that, I guess. I don't know. I have a lot to say about it, but I'm going to read some comments first. Purple said he should have told her he was hanging out with his ex. It is different because she had the kid with her, so clearly nothing was going on between them. Exactly. It was defined. It was controlled. There were boundaries. You just don't get to rewrite history. The man exists. I mean, he created a child with her. They have a bond that is never going away. That child's going to be with them forever, and that bond is going to be there about that child forever. If you can't understand that, don't be with somebody with a kid. Just walk away now. Walk away now because you need to be a grown-up about it. There's going to be shit that you're not involved in about the kid. There is a prior relationship there. If you're into that all past histrionics, like nobody ever touched it before you, or nothing ever existed before you came in contact with this person, you need to move the fuck on, because you're never going to be happy here, ever. Because history is going to be hitting you in the face every day. That kid, there's going to be stuff with that kid every day. In an adult relationship with parents that actually get along, to raise the kid. It's going to be tough. Commentary Kelly says, yikes on bikes. Being a sneaky snake is always going to make you the asshole. Hell to the, yeah. He everything about, you know what it is? He had an issue about it. He wasn't man enough to express what his issue was. So he did the worst thing you could possibly do. He went off and tried to make himself feel better by finding some little hootie patootie that's going to support his woe is me issue. They're so bad to me. This is so wrong. I feel bad. While he does the wrong thing, banging his ex. And don't even let me tell you, like, I'm sorry. I'm being judgmental, asshole. But you know damn well that's what they're doing. That last comment where he said, well, Bella understands, because like she's got that problem with her CEO. That equates to, yeah, I'm making myself feel better. I'm like cheating on my girl, and it's all her fault because she hangs out with her ex, because I want to bang my ex because it's convenient and it makes me feel better on Sundays. Like, fuck. Like, fuck. Like, don't even expect me not to point that shit out. Like, that was so damn obvious to me. I don't know. I'm jaded. I'm a jaded bear. But that's what I saw. Like, I don't care what he said. That's what I saw. Like, probably telling more about my history than I want, but still, that's definitely my opinion on what's going on there. And he just is not man enough to admit it. And that's a shame, because it sounds like he has an adult woman there who really tried to lay it out and work with him on it. And I don't know.
And also, like, the biological dad, it's it's not rare, but to have that in their daughter's life, just the biological dad being there, you can't fault that.
That's right. And if it wasn't an issue like I think is what's going on, because I really do think it, because if it wasn't what's going on, there is no reason why he didn't tell her where he was on Sundays. He's just pissed off she didn't ask. He's pissed off about, listen, and let's be clear, this is 1 day a week. 1 day a week with a select purpose for the daughter. And he is so bulled out about it, and he's so turned out about that 1 day that he's saying things like, and she didn't even notice or care to ask me where I was, because she trusted you, because prior you were like golfing or going to the bar or watching a movie on your own. Prior, you said where you were going. Why would she assume you're doing anything else?
Right.
That spoke loudly of guilt and rewriting, backing into a narrative to try to support your own bad behavior, actually. It was like, unfortunately, my own brother was guilty of this at one time, and I would have said the same thing to him. Like, you're the fucking asshole, dude. Like, you brought this all on yourself. If you think you look good here, sorry. Pointing and laughing, clown school. Clown school's here. Like, I'm just pointing and laughing how you ever thought this was going to go in your favor. This is not good at all. He should have discussed it with her rather than let her find out by accident. It's true. 3, Op really should have told her about hanging out with Bella, though. Yes, he should have absolutely told her. Absolutely. He knows why it's an issue. That's why he never said anything. And yeah, of course, Bella has really helped him out. I know, like, yes, exactly. That just hit it home for me, Belinda. I'm glad you see what I see. I don't feel as big an asshole, but I am being a big asshole, because I shouldn't be judging him so harshly on it. But I do see it that way. I'm sorry. I just can't. It's like staring me right in the face. I just can't unsee it. It's just, to me, it's obvious. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if he knew that she trusted him enough, he would have said that, hey, look, my ex has been going through some problems. We're still good friends and there's nothing there. But while you're with your daughter and biological dad, I'm going to be with them doing things.
Right. And he was there. It's his house. He's allowed to be there. He knows nothing's going on. They're not hiding anything. It's all out in the open.
Right. It's not as if it's not as if his partner is hooking up with her ex, because she's right there with him and their daughter.
Exactly. Yeah. And John says, it comes across to me that he was hurt, that he was excluded, and it just festered. Yes. And I can see how that first statement, when he said at first he was asked not to be there, that could have been very hurtful, especially it was in their own home. And like, why are you hiding me? Why are you keeping me from the kid? What's going on? I could understand that, but they obviously talked about it, because he did say that eventually he did join them, but he felt uncomfortable. And he's entitled to feel that way too. To watch a family dynamic that you're not part of can be painful in certain situations, especially when you feel excluded, especially if you seem to think that it's all about you all the time. Because let's just call on the entitlement and a little bit of, like, it's all about him thing going on here. Because it's one day a week. Like, he has the other 6 days. He has his partner to himself. It's one day for the child. And I don't know why he doesn't, like, put that grace there. I don't know why he's not putting that grace there. Yep, definitely. Yep. Okay, so let me just get a couple comments and then we're going to vote on these. Okay. He looks bad because he was, okay, Purple says he looks bad because she was open about everything and he wasn't. Yes. Student says that kids come first, and open and honest conversation with all concerned is in order. Absolutely. You need to do that. You know, if you're going to be with someone, in this day and age, it happens all the time with these family dynamics. You have to be open and honest about it. I assume his attitude got him uninvited. It could be. But he did say he was uninvited first. I was living with a woman with 3 kids, and some days their dad would come over and play video games with them. And I didn't have a problem with that. Right. Because you know what? Because you're a grown up and you're secure in your relationship and there's nothing going on and it's about the kids. That's normal. I think that's more normal than what he's doing. Like, what he's doing is not normal. I don't think. Well, it sounded to me like she didn't care what he did as long as he did it somewhere else. And I wouldn't assume he was banging his ex. I know I'm being a bit of an asshole there, Krabby, but I'm calling it the way I see it, especially the comment he made. I think he's banging the ex. I think he's acting like a guilty guy. He's acting guilty and trying to make himself feel better here. I really do. I agree that he resented being left out. That is also feelings he should have discussed with her. Yes, conversation should have happened. Okay, Belinda, he's a big crybaby. He should be impressed with his ex-partners, have worked through their shit so the child is a priority. Exactly. Like, that's grown up. That's like, I would be, their ability to have that post-relationship for the child means that she's going to treat him also with the same dignity in adulthood in any disagreements that they have. And I think he could have talked to her more about this, besides trying to back into why he's seeing an ex, as if it, trying to justify why he's seeing an ex, because I think that's what he's trying to do here, actually. Pull it up. We're on. Okay. Boy, they got a lot to say about this. There's a lot of comments. Oh, I didn't. Oh, okay. Wait. I'm not assuming he was having sex with his ex, but it would have been easier if he had talked to her about it first. I get it. He is with her, and it is an ex, and out of respect, there should have been a conversation. Now, I'm not saying she would have an issue with it. I think her issue with it, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like her issue with it is not the fact that they were seeing each other. It's the fact that he was hiding it, which makes it an issue as to why she doesn't want him seeing her anymore, because he was willing to hide it as if it was something dirty, which makes her wonder, and she doesn't want to go there. So I get it. Like, I kind of get it, and I might have had the same response in that situation, actually. I might not have said, don't see her. I would just say, why were you hiding it? That speaks loudly to me, I might ask questions. Yeah. At first might mean then they got together. Seems reasonable. Maybe. It's not his kid. He'll always be the fourth wheel in that dynamic. Accept it or move on.
Yep.
And Pickle says, nope, he's dipping in that honey puck. Fuck him and Bella too. Oh, ow. Now, oh, look. Okay, I'm calling it. Pickle is a bigger asshole than me today. Damn, girl. Like, damn. But yeah, okay, call it. Call it the way you see it. But yeah, I do think he's dipping in there. Definitely. And he's trying to back into the narrative to justify it. Like, they didn't want me around. What was I going to do? I had to go get stroked. Like, I don't know.
If he's been seeing Bella for a couple of weeks at least, or even a month, he could have said, hey, look, while you're with your family on Sundays, I've been seeing this person. I'd like to bring them round to meet you, and so you can meet them and find out whether or not you want me to be able to see them or something.
Yeah. And let me just say this. Bella bringing that phone charger over there. Bella knows what's up.
Yes.
Bella's tired of his bullshit hiding her in the closet like a dirty secret. Bella knows they're banging. Come on, people. She walked over there with the fucking phone charger. like this is like, you know, I've seen enough movies. That's how it happens. Bella got tired of being the dirty secret. And she said, like, you don't get your cake and eat it too, dude. Like, that's it. And she was like, oh, so you're not gonna tell anybody, huh? Well, here you go. Guess where I found your phone charger? Because you know damn well she could have texted him to come pick that shit up or met him somewhere else. Did she need to go there? She didn't need to go there. Yeah, I'm kind of glad he got called out for it, actually, because he's sneaky snake. Yeah. Since the OP hit it reasonable that the girlfriend might suspect him of putting his yams in Bella's I think that's my last comment. That's brilliant. That's perfect, John. Perfect.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Thank you, John. That was that. So on that one, I think we're all in agreement that everybody in this one is an asshole, yams included. I just vote how you will in the chat. We're going to wrap this up. Virilian, I had fun. I mean, I had more for you, but we'll just take it somewhere else. Like, we'll do it in Discord or something, because this was very entertaining. Thank you for letting me be an asshole with you. It was really.
Thank you for having me on.
You were actually not an asshole. You were being very reasonable, which made me look like even more of an asshole. But that's fine, because I liked your take on a lot of it. You're actually. I know. Always says, wait a minute. She's saying, sorry, I missed that one because I'm trying to finish something. So I vote for myself as the asshole since I wasn't paying attention. You are never an asshole, always. It's okay. That's what replay's for. Don't blame. Although I think you probably are right, Claire. I would not even be surprised if Bella hit his charger when he was saying, I'm telling you, I'm serious. I hear you. Women do that shit. It's embarrassing, but yeah, they make us look bad. They do that shit. I think Bella was tired of being the dirty secret. I really do. And yams. I'm just going to end with yams. And it's the yams, people. And on that, I'm going to say, have a great night. I will see you all Monday. We'll be doing true crime. Jay will be joining me. We're covering Ed Gein, the original Psycho, and also the one that they did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre after, if you saw the movie, We're going to be doing a two-parter. So it'll start on Monday on my channel, and it will continue on Thursday on his channel. I will be putting up a schedule. I'll be good. Tomorrow is Sunday. I'll let you know where I'm paneling for the rest of the week. In the meantime, I will put that outro on, but don't forget, I want to get to 1,000 people. If you want me here, please subscribe, like, do the YouTube-y things. I hate talking about that shit. It's so cringy to me. But hey, I'm a fucking YouTuber, so help me out. Do the YouTube-y things. Comment, like, post, share. Tell your friends to just, even if they don't like me, just subscribe anyway, just so they can point and laugh later at some of the stupid shit I do. It's entertainment. It's entertainment, On that, all right, here goes the outro. Thank you again, Virilian. I will definitely be putting this one down as one of my favorites because it's not often that somebody is so damn nice that I'm the biggest asshole ever. Like, I feel like such a jerk. I do. But thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thanks again to my mods. Always the best. You guys rock. Hit those bots. I'll see you all on Monday. Thanks again, Virilian. See everybody on the YouTube streets. Bye.
Have a good night.